Lopez, our next governor of Arizona.
Thank you, David, and thank you all very much for joining us. I want to thank David, Joe, Max, and everyone at the CPLC Action Fund for joining us in this incredible journey that began in March of this year. I want to especially acknowledge and thank Verma Pastor, the chairwoman of our campaign. Without the visionary leadership of her and the late congressman, many of us would not have begun our career in politics. And it was the first time that I heard of Chicanos por la Causa when I was growing up in Nogales, because it was Congressman Pastor who was there leading the way in affordable housing back in Nogales. The work that CPLC and CPLC Action Fund does in advocating for justice, equity, opportunity for Arizona communities has been critically important for folks across Arizona and indeed across the Southwest. It has been an exciting couple of months for our campaign as we've racked up now close to 20 endorsements and growing from former and current elected officials. And with the CPLC Action Fund joining our efforts today, our campaign is feeling stronger than ever, and we are on our way to victory in 2022. I'm running for governor to restore the promise of Arizona that brought my parents here nearly 50 years ago. That promise that if you work hard, play by the rules, treat people with respect, that this is the state that you can make it, regardless of your background, regardless of where you come from. It's that promise that drove me to be part of the first generation to go on to the university, at the University of Arizona in Tucson, as a matter of fact. And it's that promise that then drove me to run for mayor in Nogales at 22 years old. That commitment that we have an obligation to give back to our communities, regardless of where we live and where they are. It's that promise that led me to serve Governor Napolitano as Director of Commerce, serve President Obama at the Department of Homeland Security, and then start my own small business, as David said, out in Mesa. The same vision of small business ownership that drove my parents to do the same almost 40 years before me. Sadly, that promise for too many Arizonans is out of touch, out of reach today, because our current leadership cares more about cutting taxes and serving the wealthy than providing economic opportunities for families in need, working families in this state. As governor, I will work with organizations like Chicanos por la Causa Action Fund to build a state where everyone has an opportunity to succeed, no matter who they are, where they're from, and what their background is. With that, I want to thank you, David, and all the leaders who have come before me, many standing behind me here today, for your trust in my leadership and our trust that Arizona's future is brighter ahead because we're willing to work together for that promise. Before I conclude in the spirit of the holiday season, I want to thank everyone and remind us all to be kind to one another, to be respectful of each other, and especially as this COVID-19 pandemic continues to soar, to be wise and cognizant of everyone's health. Thank you all very much.